International football is over. Club football returns. We're back, baby. We survived a horrid run, and now, if all goes to plan, we may reap the benefits of a more favourable run than any other team currently around us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hey! 10 o'clock. Well, hopefully not for Leicester. Leicester, Villa, Southampton, Tottenham, Brentford, Everton, Fulham, and Ipswich. 8 games, 3 home, 5 away, 24 points up for grabs until the end of the calendar year. How many of these games are winnable? I'd argue all of them, frankly. 15th, 9th, 20th, 10th, 11th, 16th, 7th, and 17th as of right now. Only Fulham, who are the highest out of all of these teams, have seen back-to-back wins going into the international break. Manchester City have Tottenham, they have Liverpool, Manchester United and Villa all in their run into the new year. Liverpool they haven't got a fantastic run either. So if all goes to plan, there's a lot of if, buts and maybes and all that sort of thing, but if all goes to plan, we can secure a very good position for the end of the year. And yes, it is tight below us, very, very tight. In fact, we're just 4 points off of 13th place Manchester United, but it is right here where we separate ourselves from the rest of the pack. Out of a possible 24 points, I believe we can get at very least 18 points. I'd argue even 20. That's if there's only 2 draws out of the games that we have until the end of the year. And for context, we finished 2023 in 10th with 28 points. This season, sure, again, it's a lot of ifs, but if we managed 18 points at the very least for these games, we'd have 37 points. A tally we've only beaten just 3 times in the last 7 seasons. So that in and of itself is a sign that we are doing better. First off, we do have a matter of Leicester, a team that Enzo Maresca is all too familiar with, and also vice versa, a team that, a manager that Leicester are all too familiar with, if that makes sense. In his press conference today, he mentioned that whilst he, of course, knows each and every one of the players for the most part, they themselves, he keeps in contact with them still to this day. They know Enzo Maresca's style. They know his pattern play. They know everything about him and how Chelsea are most likely to set up, which is why, after all the shites I've just listed and detailed so far in this video, wouldn't it be just the most Chelsea thing to lose the first of these matches against our manager's former side? I'm not wishing upon it. It's just a matter of fact. These types of things, they tend to happen to Chelsea, do they not? It's been a season since we last faced Leicester in league competition, which, funnily enough, took place at the King Power Stadium, and Chelsea would come away with a 3-1 victory. Chilwell, Havertz, and Mateo Kovacic, the goal scorers. The Blues have not lost to Leicester in any competition since the FA Cup final defeat back in May of 2021. Yuri Tillemans, that wonder goal against Kepa Arrizabalaga, haunts me to this day. Since then, the sides have met 6 times, with Chelsea winning 5 and the other being a 1-1 draw back in 2021, I want to say. Most recently, Chelsea racked up a 4-2 win in last year's FA Cup. Leicester, they've been on a bit of a stinky run as of late. 4 games without a win in all competitions. Just 2 wins so far this season, coming against Bournemouth and Southampton. Bournemouth we've beaten, and Southampton, who are bottom of the league. Hardly impressive from the... What are they called? Leicester? I forget. But either way, at home, just 1 win, 2 losses and 2 draws. The odds are, of course, forever in our favour. But like I said, it's written in the stars that we have a stinker here and that Leicester beat their old gaffer. Team news, and well, wouldn't you just know it? Everyone is back and fit. We obviously were without a few players. Fofana, Sancho, Gusto, the list goes on. Oh, by the way, Reece James is injured again. Anyway, moving on. Here is my starting 11, my prediction for this game. And it's more or less the same as it always is. Sanchez in goal. We're going to go with Fofana and Colwill at the back, even though Fofana's had his moments and all that sort of thing, fitness-wise. Gusto, because Reece James is obviously out now, only for a game, only short term. So, we'll see him for the Villa game. Maybe Heidenheim, who knows? We're going to go Cucurella on the left because, what's the word? You can count on him to actually play. And of course, the midfield. Excuse me, that was disgusting. The midfield, I am going to preliminarily go with Caicedo and Lavia, also mainly because Caicedo, yes, he's coming back from South America, as too is Enzo Fernandez, but the latter doesn't appear to be playing for Chelsea as a starter in the Premier League as of late. Lavia, still a little bit unsure on him with regards to fitness, but I'd still bet your bottom bippy that he's going to start over Enzo Fernandez. Maybe we might see the inclusion of KDH in this because, again, Caicedo's only just come back from long distance. Lavia's still maybe not 100% fit. KDH, you never know. You never know. He might get a start, but I would be remiss if I thought anything otherwise. Again, I think this is how we're going to go. We might see Renato Vega. We may see Renato Vega in some capacity. We know he can play in a more central role, but or in on a left wing, left back. Sorry, but either way, I think there's definitely some surprise in store for us in terms of starting 11s in the middle and maybe in defence. Moving forward, otherwise than that, though, it's going to be exactly the same. Palmer, Jackson. I'm still gonna go with Madueke and Neto. Felix, by all accounts, from what I heard in the press conference. Did he do well for Portugal? I'm not sure. João Felix. It seems like he's knocking. And it seems like he's upset that he isn't getting too much of a way in first team performances. So who knows? Again, there might be one spot up for grabs there. Madueke, I think, is the one that's going to be potentially missing out on a spot. But then again, from what I saw, Madueke in international games. It's going well. With that said, that's my starting 11, my predicted 11. Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, Cucurella, Caicedo, Lavia, Palmer, Madueke, Neto, and Jackson up top. I think that's it. I think that's it. Predictions-wise for this game, it is certainly ours to win, but it's also most definitely ours to lose. As I said, we will be feeling confident having lost just one out of our horrid run before the international break, losing to Liverpool. We've lost so far this season to first and second, whilst we sit prettily in third, even though everyone else is pretty much third as well. However, there is no escaping the inevitability that this is, of course, a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. Offside. It's a 12:30 kickoff alongside Enzo Maresca showing face at his old stomping ground. Well, I say stomping grounds, but his old club. I am going to go with a 1-1 draw. However, should we win, I won't be surprised. Should we lose, I also won't be surprised. Realistically speaking, if we come out all guns blazing, if we play like we've been playing so far this season, we should deal with this lot convincingly. But you never can tell. That said, I'm not really, their recent form and all that. How much is a former manager coming to your club really going to play that much of an effect? Listen, we know former players love to play against Chelsea. Former managers, Mourinho. Conte. I don't think we played Conte. Either way, we have played Conte. Of course we have. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's always a little bit of jeopardy. It's always a little bit of a risk when you come up against a former manager, player, whoever that may be. With that said, let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Thank God international football is finally over and done with for the foreseeable future. We're back. It's a game every 3 days or so. So strap yourselves in. My name is Harry. Up the Chels, and peace.